Battle up. Game number 2. Rage versus Mind. Rage took the first game in an intense battle between Mind. It could have gone either way for a majority of the battle, but it did end up going in their favour. Look at the lineups here. We have the IS-3s, the AMX 5100s, the T69, and the 2 T1s. Absolutely standard. We're not seeing any changes from both the teams, but that's okay because they're really awesome. The fights here are absolutely fantastic, so we don't need any lineup changes so long as the tactics continue to be freaking awesome. Let's go. As we go spinning around the map for Himmelsdorf, as we see points of interest on Himmelsdorf. The banana. Down this line, you can hide behind lots of debris, and people can then say, okay, I want to go down here. I don't want to go down here, whatever. And on this side over here, we have the train tracks where there's lots of areas you can go down. You can go down over here and be on cover or behind cover from anything that's over on that direction. There's many things you can do. But very standardly, we see Anladis, Kamas, Fanat, and Tuck all being there on their standard positions. We'll see a firefight here between Kamek and Anladis, and there's the first shots going out. A little bit of damage on Kamek. That must have been ramming damage from his allies. Again, we see Mind, again we see teams doing a little bit of team damage. It's really unexpected at this level to see that sort of damage going. Tuck is also down the banana line, and we're seeing both the heavy tanks in identical lineups. This is where we see often a lot of changes. Up on the hill, the T69 often comes up here because they're great turret. They can look down and up with absolute fantastic traverse. They can look up and down much better than the AMX 90. The AMX 90 used to be a very popular choice in 7 vs 7. 742 format, but it's lost its favour because it really just can't look up or down, where the T69 does. Although it's a bit slower, that little advantage of being able to go up the hill like this and still be able to shoot so they can easily back off down the hill, as you can see there, is so important. So we have the T1 also up here for helping the scout and prevent any special tactics to be revealed. For example, holding your AMX 50-100s down the hill slightly so they're not spotted by the scout. So as soon as the T1 goes down, they can push over the hill. As we see, one of the T1s do go down for Rage over on the far side over here. He was pushed forward to see if there was the AMX 50-100s on this side. So now Rage are pinging all over the map, knowing where the enemies are. By not knowing where they are, there we go, up on top of the hill, just as I was saying, the AMX 50-100s were hiding behind the hill, chasing Koss up here, and he's got to get out of there. The T69 being lost on the hill is absolutely disastrous for the combat value in the main fight, but he does get away, even doing some damage to Mac on the way. So their hand has been revealed. The T1 dashing down the other side has forced them to reveal their hand, as we see their AMX 50-100s go around the side. This does leave their 2 IS-3s vulnerable though, as they now know, or Mind is now known to have just the IS-3s guarding their mid. So Rage are going to be very aggressive now with their AMX 50-100s and IS-3s together in a pack, trying to chase down the IS-3s. But if they're too slow, the AMX 50-100s will come down the hill, and we'll see that Rage and Mind are going thing. And Lattice is out of position though, with his teammates not able to support him. He gets shot in the side by Kamek from Mind, and Fanat and the Mind in front of him. So this is IS-3 versus IS-3s against each other. Rage versus Mind. We're seeing their positioning. Tuck is really well positioned to try and protect Anladis, so they can't focus fire. He was put on fire, but unfortunately for Mind, his crew managed to get rid of it as quickly as possible. The MX 5100s do turn up, but Ragers are already there to help. Tuck is still doing an awesome job protecting Anladis from the rear, but he does go down to the autoloaders from the front. The autoloaders, though, from Rage are being taken down because there was 2 there for Mind. However, Mind goes down to 82 HP. Great focus firing here. The T69 for Rage is already dead, and they're down just for Kamsaris, but this is not over yet with the AMX 5100 Mac on 82 HP. If Kamsaris can get away without losing too much HP, he might still be able to pull this back for them. But it looks really dark for them as the capture is already taking place with the 2 T1s. It looks like it might be a cap victory even if he does survive and get away. What a play. Oh, it's going to be a He's going to be interrupted and he is going to be rammed. He's sacrificed himself to make sure that the cap is going to go down. And that is GG, even if he did get away and reloaded. And he won the fight with the IS-3. He lost by capping because both the T1s won their fights with their appropriate others. And that makes it 1-1. Rage versus Mind. Both their perfect track records are gone. And now we see, if we quickly go to the scoreboard... we see that there are now no teams with a perfect track record. Every team have lost at least one game, which is just fantastic for me. I really like the idea that every team here are so close together in skill that no one team are going to carry away without losing games. So this is really good. I knew this game would be great. I knew this match would be absolutely fantastic. There's no way you could say it's not, because look at that. 1-1 between Mind and Rage. Update, you score thing. Update. There we go. 1-1 between Mind and Rage. Absolutely fantastic battle. This is just absolutely crazy. Mind played fantastically there. They knew they were out of position. Rage knew exactly what to do. They pushed forward, trying to catch the IS-3s out. The IS-3s backed off to try and make sure that the only tanks that could get to them were the IS-3s. The AMX 5100s were out of position. The T69 for Rage was caught trying to delay the AMX 5100s because the AMX 5100s were with the T69. He was caught out and killed by concentrated fire. So when they turned up, they were one tank down, and that was just enough for Mind to squeeze the victory from Rage. The other thing was the T1s. Both the T1s won their respective battles against their appropriate other, and that allowed them to do the capture at the same time. So even if Rage did win the fight, they probably would have lost from capping anyway. So that was really good from Mind. They totally outplayed Rage in positioning, and in the fight they just about squeezed through. Fantastic play from Mind, proving that this battle is just so close. Absolutely super close. I don't know who's going to win, but do we see any lineup changes between the two teams? I don't think we are. I think both teams trust in their lineups, and it's all about positioning and counter positioning. Whew. Oh, wow. That game, guys. I'm just like, oh, my chest hurts. Whew. That was insane. That was intense, actually. I would say that Rage needed the AMX 5100s a bit closer. Once they realized what was going down, they needed to be there just a little bit quicker. They should have cut across the open field and gone straight towards the IS-3s. The two IS-3s driven by Andladis and was it Casares? No, Tuck. They were out of position just slightly. They reached the enemy IS-3s just a little bit too early, and the AMX 5100s and the T69 from Mine were able to get back in time. The T69 as well, Kosapia, he was caught on the hill, was able to be caught by Mind. I don't think he made a mistake, he just wasn't given the opportunity to get back, and that was enough for Mind to take it. So beautiful playing. I don't think Rage did anything wrong, actually, really. There's just some minor mistakes. The AMX 5100 should have responded faster. The IS-3 should have maybe waited for their allies to turn up. I don't know. But it was great playing by Mine. They just outpositioned Rage ever so slightly. They were seconds ahead, but every second counts. This super high tier play on the Russian server. This is the Golden League at 742 format. The next game coming up is game 3 of Rage versus Mind. Let's go into game and see if they are ready to go. They're rowing up. They're rowing up.